Come thou font of every blessing, tune my heart to sing thy grace. Streams of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise. That is hymn number 686 in our hymnal, and it expresses gratitude to God as the source of all good things. And St. Andrews is one of those good things. Good morning. As Adrian said, my name is Madison Riley. And as always, it's good to be back in St. Andrew's Sanctuary after our summers apart. Good to see so many friendly faces. With the new church year, as Sarah mentioned, upon us, it's time for our stewardship campaign for 2026. And I want to just take a few minutes to help those amongst us, particularly the many new members of this church, to understand stewardship. Some of this will be old and well known by our longstanding members, but even for you, I hope there's some messages that are helpful. Stewardship in the Merriam-Webster dictionary means the conducting, supervising, or managing of something. And this makes sense to me as the money that we raise in the campaign will help us to fund the operating budget for next year, 2026. Stewardship is the parish's ask for what each member will pledge to give during the period of January to December of next year, 2026. It enables us as a church to plan our budget. Now, from an Episcopal faith standpoint, stewardship is rooted in the belief that all things belong to God, and we are entrusted with them as stewards. It is about being grateful for God's gifts and using them generously to serve God and to serve others in this community and elsewhere. So as we consider next year, I want you all to know that the costs we face for running this wonderful parish have been increasing and continue to increase. And I just want to share a few things. For those who may not know, first, St. Andrews and every Episcopal parish is expected to be financially self-sufficient. But we also must allocate some funds from our budget to the diocese. And given the strength of St. Andrews, our share is quite significant. For 2026, it will be $195,000, which is an increase of $23,000 over this year, 2025. Now, gratefully, much of that money goes not to administrative costs, but to meeting the needs of those in the world and in our country, and not as much as our own outreach efforts do. So that's a very good thing. Now, secondly, though, it is important to know that healthcare costs for our clergy and our staff continue to rise. Utility costs continue to rise. The capital demands of this beautiful sanctuary and all our buildings continue to rise. Inflation has not fully abated. And we continue to make commitments to our youth program, which we did this year, 2025, in addition to all the other elements of our spiritual life here in St. Andrews. Now, during my time addressing stewardship for St. Andrews, I've been grateful to the generosity of this congregation. Extraordinary. And there are many amongst us who increase their pledges every year. If you are new to St. Andrews, and there are many, which is exciting, consider just a few things if I could. One, the many benefits that we receive: an excellent clergy providing spiritual inspiration and pastoral care, robust and compelling adult education, Bible studies, book reads, an expanding and youth education program, wonderful fellowship joy, as we heard from Sarah this morning, and caring outreach efforts that support many worthy causes. Secondly, participation is key. We all benefit from this church, all of us, and we all give in support of its ministry. And finally, you can fulfill your pledge in many different ways. By check, or I would encourage you to use Realm, the system that is on our website. It's much easier. And you can give in one shot at the beginning of next year or throughout the year, whatever is best for you. Just make sure we know that it comes from you. This year, our theme is Stepping Up for St. Andrews, and I ask that if you are able, and I repeat, if you are able, may we all try to live by the approach of giving a bit more to address the rising costs of this church. Let us all step up in generosity to ensure that St. Andrews may continue its strength and breadth of ministry. Thank you.